So we're going to be talking about good golf lessons. What do they look like? What should be involved? What should a golfer expect from a golf lesson?
I think it's pretty simple, and I think sometimes I would say maybe as coaches we probably don't forget this, but I think sometimes golfers that have been conditioned to maybe not so good coaching forget this, that you need to get better.
Yeah.
That's like a non-negotiable. And it sounds simple, doesn't it, when you say it, that we need to get better.
Well, what does better look like?
Exactly. And there's often, I think there's that really sort of negative quote in golf that players go for a lesson and their immediate reaction is, okay, I understand that I've got to get worse before I get better. It's like
horrible phrase that, isn't it?
I mean,
horrible phrase.
I'm not entirely sure what other industry you would ever go into where that would be an acceptable concept.
Yeah.
So therefore, I don't think it needs to be a concept in golf. So they have to get better. Well, what does better mean? Now, better might be a conceptual thing. Do they understand what they need to do? Mm-hmm. Do they understand how things break down? Do they understand how they need to implement their practice differently to improve? Do they understand their movement differently? The concepts are pretty important, and I'd say a fundamental in terms of actually people really progressing their golf forwards is really truly understanding what they do. I think it's, for some players, you could argue that naivety is kind of bliss, but actually most golfers, generally speaking, will improve when they truly understand what they're doing.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time concepts are overlooked a lot of the time.
Yeah,
especially I think in modern day golf instruction with the amount of content that's out there that's very sexy, very attractive looking around very complex parts of body motion. And sometimes if you just change someone's thought process around what they're trying to do with the movement, in a very simple way, you can tick a lot of boxes and improve a lot of other movements without even having to address it at all.
Absolutely.
Without needing to overcomplicate it.
Absolutely. I think concepts are one thing, but then really we have to be measuring the stuff that's important. So i.e., are you getting better by doing what you want to with the ball flight?
Yeah.
So if the players come in and said, right, I need to hit it further, they should be leaving that golf lesson either understanding how they're going to hit it further and or actually hitting it further.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, generally speaking, good golf lessons, understanding great mechanics and implementing the right things for that person, that should produce an improvement in performance. So that might be a directional thing, it might be a strike thing. But all of these things, they should be getting better. And it might not be crazy big changes, but they have to at least see progression. That will then give them confidence. That'll also then instill a confidence in you, the coach. Mm-hmm. They go, okay, well, he's told me to do X, Y, and Z. I've done it, and it's worked. So that's so important. How many times have we heard of players going for golf lessons? Oh, like the coach told me to do this, this, and this, and I can't hit it.
Yep. 100%.
And I'm thinning it more.
Yep.
But they tell me, well, no, work on it on the range for 6 weeks, and you'll be fine.
Hey friend, I hope you're enjoying the video. Today I want to give you a free gift to thank you for watching. I'm giving you access to my proven system for taking 10 shots off your scores without hitting any balls in 5 simple steps. Just hit the link in the description of this video to access. Please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. It means a massive amount to me. Now enjoy the rest of the video. Have an incredible day. Golfers are pretty resilient as well. They're pretty keen to actually stick at stuff.
Absolutely.
And they've got stickability to it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we cannot go down the insanity route.
Yeah, 100%. Just got to make sure we're doing the right things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So what would be a few red flags that you would look out for to say that's not a good you've had a bad lesson there? What would be red flags you'd look out for, generally speaking?
I always use the analogy to my clients that I call it like the TV crew analogy.
Okay.
If they leave the studio and they suddenly get mobbed by a TV crew, and the TV crew come up, hello sir, can you explain what you just did in your lesson and why did you do it? And the microphone goes up to their face. I would want them to be able to actually give that TV crew a really good description of what just happened.
Yeah.
What did it go in with? Why have we changed things? The concepts and all that sort of stuff. Why have we done it? And then what was the outcome?
Yeah.
I think if your client can walk away and actually sit someone down and go, this is what I did in the lesson, and why I did it, and this is what we're going to do moving forwards, brilliant. I know they've understood it.
Yeah.
They can recall it back to me. That's super, super important. So the red flag, I guess, would be to flip that over. If someone walked out of a lesson and someone got interviewed and they go, I'm not entirely sure what I just did.
That's fair.
That would be my big red flag.
So again, we're going back to concepts there, really, aren't we?
Yeah.
So if a golfer's coming out and they don't really fully understand what they've done or why they've done it, then it's probably not been a great session.
Absolutely.
The points haven't got across.
I'm sure there's been, instances, and I know I've probably had some where, you're a little bit more cryptic with things with players, and you've got them to do something without them really knowing. You go, can you just do this for me? Just change this slightly, and you maybe do it cryptically where they're kind of blissfully unaware and they're doing the thing you said, and things get better, but they don't really know they've done it. That's fine. There'll be situations with that are certainly the case, and it might be
especially if they're mid-season, they're playing a lot, they maybe don't want to have too much technical thought. That sort of thing can be really powerful, can it?
Absolutely, and I think certainly with maybe different types of player, so more competitive players, you can kind of fine-tune kind of the type of information that you give when you give it. It can be really, really powerful, given the tiniest little thing said in the right way at the right time can have a massive, massive influence. Other golfers, it might look a little bit different.
Brilliant. That's sensational.
Yeah.
So key takeaways for our golfers, ask more questions. 100%. If you're unsure during a session, ask more questions to your coach, get them to explain things on a better level.
Absolutely. If they don't understand what they're telling you, how are you meant to understand it?
I think that's fair enough. Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
That's pretty simple.
Sensational. Sam, how can we find you? Obviously, you're based at Surrey Golf Lab at the moment.
Yep. So I am based at Surrey Golf Lab, Reigate Hill Golf Club in Surrey, at Sam Truman Golf on social media. And then, send me a message through there, and you can come and visit my shed.
Brilliant. Sensational. Sam, thank you so much for listening, bro.